Wow. I feel like I'm in Terminator and they're gonna kill me. Hello and welcome to HBFT Gaming. I'm HBFT and we are back with the release of Satisfactory 1.0. And my god, already I can tell it looks phenomenal. I have to tell you, out of all the games that I've played, it has been a very long time since I've been actually legit, can't sleep, excited about a game. And I have actually been really scared when I was streaming earlier today that I might see spoilers or something like that. But you know what? It's finally here. So let's get in and let's take a look together at Satisfactory in its full release. Last time we started, we played in the grass fields. I love how it looks. There's the rocky desert, there's the northern forest, there's the dune desert. I've kind of been out here by accident, and that was a trip. I have been through the northern forest, and I couldn't figure out how to traverse very well. So since I've already done the grass fields, I feel like let's try out the rocky desert. I've never played out there before, and we're going to call this one we'll just call it HBFT. Skip intro, no. We are just going to go ahead and start the game as is. Let's get into a brand new game of Satisfactory 1.0. HUD OS.
Separation from main transport complete. Group A delivered to Calistian region. All pioneers functional, initiating dispersion.
So multiple pioneers out there.
Attention pioneer, I am Ada, your personal instance of the artificial directory and assistant. Welcome to the Fixit Incorporated Save the Day program. A Fixit pioneer has 3 core assignments. Construct. All pioneers must follow Fixit guidelines and instructions when constructing any building. Automate. Every pioneer is responsible for setting up and managing efficient pipelines, outposts, and power infrastructure.
So cool.
Explore and exploit. Fixit selected planets are rich with resources suitable for direct use or further investigation. Stay within your designated. And that is why the world is counting on pioneers like you.
Oh my god.
Short-term solutions to long-term problems.
Are the aliens
Initiating planetfall.
So that wasn't that the Mercer sphere?
Atmospheric entry in 3.
I love how the
2,
little wrist strap
1.
on the tool on the right is
Beginning arrow assist.
floating up.
Drag within acceptable parameters.
I'm glad. We're returning to
Descent phase begun.
the planet.
Accelerating. Deploying parachute. Deploying backup parachute. Skipping parachute. Landing phase
What?
begun. Activating retro propulsion.
I guess this was the backup to the backup to the backup. And we are now in the rocky desert. You can see the waterfall in the background.
Touchdown.
Oh, thank God.
Planetfall complete. Drop pod integrity nominal. Omni situational exploration suit
God, her
nominal.
arms, our hands look so
Pioneer.
cool.
Acceptable.
You got the knuckle gloves. Hey, Mr. Bean. And the sticker. God, it looks so weighty.
Congratulations. You are the 3rd in your region to survive planetfall. Welcome to Massage 2, A-B-B, in the binary system of Akicha.
Thank you, Ada.
Loading objective-based introduction. Begin onboarding.
We're moving.
First contact safety tool supplied due to presence of alien megafauna. Adhere to Fixit procedure and equip the Fixit Inc. Xeno Zapper before leaving the drop zone.
Okay. So, press tab to open the inventory, equip the Xeno Zapper. Drag and drop equipment to a hands slot to equip it. So there's our Xeno Zapper. We're going to go ahead and grab it, drag it to the hands.
Next objective, dismantle the drop pod. Fixit
I would not touch
Incorporated as
that.
cost-effective and efficient. We do not waste. The drop pod will be recycled to construct the first stage of the habitat and utility base, often referred to as the hub.
Alright, so dismantle the drop pod because Fix-It does not waste. I like Fix-It Pioneer Obligatory Onboarding Program. That's Fix-It Poop. P-O-O-P. Fix-It Poop. Well, you know, sometimes even interplanetary explorers need to fix the poop. So we're going to hit F to enter dismantle mode. While in dismantle mode, hold left mouse button to dismantle it. And we're going to get some iron ore.
Next objective. Use the resource scanner to find and collect additional iron to be able to build the hub. If you cannot find iron, be assured scans of the planet have revealed sufficient iron sources.
As we like to hear, gather iron ore. Hold V. That was something that I tripped up on the first time I ever played this game. And I just tapped V, so it actually says hold V to bring up the resource scanner, select iron, and release V to scan for those iron nodes. The locations of scanned resource nodes will appear on the HUD compass. Press V to quickly scan again. So since we already have it locked in, tap V once, and now we get to scan once again. So if we look, we don't have the map yet, so 387 meters, 532 out to the west. Let's head over to the closest, so 387 meters. And we're heading over to gather iron ore. I'm not going to pick up any foliage or anything like that just yet. Looks like we've got some... Oh, limestone already. Oh, that's fantastic. We'll tell you what, let's just... Yeah, I guess I'm going to grab some limestone first. Oh my gosh. I got to tell you, I have been so excited for this game. I have seriously been so excited for this game. I feel like it's been a very long time. Space Marine 2 just released yesterday. And I have to admit to myself, I was more excited about this than I was Warhammer 40k, and that boggles my mind just considering it. Anyone who knows me, I mean, God, I love 40k, and I've just been, yeah, this game is very special, and I gotta hand it to the devs. They got me. So what do we got? 195, 166. So it seems like it might be a little bit higher up. We just passed the limestone back there. Gonna need it for concrete, I believe. And there's a lot that haven't explored. We're just gonna be approaching this kind of from the angle of, I guess, either a new player, because I still feel relatively new, and also that of just a normal average player. I am ooh, hello. I am definitely not a pro builder or something like that, so that's good to keep in mind. So where is the iron? Oh, glad it's not up there. Okay, let's keep going. We don't have a parachute or anything, so we just gotta watch our step lest we hurt ourselves. And we're moving. It's down below. I think it's down below. I don't see anything up here. How do we get down there safely? Oh, it's finally here. Oh, look at that. You can see it way up in the distance. I don't know. If I hit P, is that photo mode? No. Yeah, I'm not too sure. But either way, you can kind of see potentially a hard disk drive up there to grab. But we'll have to definitely explore and take a look, because I've never been to the Rocky Desert proper. I guess we could drop down. We do have, I hear Mr. Bean. We can see the... Oh, they got the birds. Look at them. Hi. They kind of remind me of kookaburras with lizard tails. Look at him doing a little dance. He's so happy to have another being here. Yeah, I feel the same. I feel the same. That's what we're talking about. Yeah, 1.0. Okay. We're just going to pick up a little bit of the barrel nuts. That's 5.
Potential edible collected. Eating it and surviving does not count as a valid field test and does not generate enough data for Fix-It to make an informed decision.
Okay.
Store this potential resource for later use.
I definitely will. Thank you so much for the recommendation, Ada. So it seems like in order to get down safely, other than to just jump down, I'm actually going to take a longer route around. I do see a hatcher out here, which makes me a little bit nervous. I've never tried to hit it with a Zenazapper. I am seeing what looks to be maybe concrete or limestone on the right, but let me see if I can zap this and not die. There's a slug right next to it. I'd really like to have it. Just get aggressive. Get aggressive. There we go. We popped it. We're still alive. Fantastic. And we can get our first slug.
Samples of unknown alien species acquired. It is unclear where on the flora or fauna spectrum it lies, but initial data suggests this might be a nest or an egg.
Fair enough.
Preserve the remains for later study.
God, I want to hear everything because apparently there's story now too, which just tickles me pink.
This semi-slug species seems to persist entirely through absorbing and storing energy from its surroundings. Studying this could provide new methods for improving fix-it production line efficiency.
Oh, look
Store
at
this
that.
potential resource for later use.
So down there, I think that's a Mercer sphere. So it looks like this purple orb wrapped and encased in some type of alien, I don't know, like exoskeleton type of structure. So I'm curious if this is an overpass and there's like a, you know, we can go underneath and emerge on that side, because I would love to pick that up. Previously, it seemed like those Mercer spheres, they would just sort of whisper to you and tell you, harvest me, or whatnot. And when we actually landed inside of the pod, when Fixit was giving us our onboarding, the poop, when Fixit gave us the poop, that's right, when Fixit gave us so much poop, it was digital poop, but it was poop all the same. Yep, we're still alive. When they did that, yep, it is an overpass. It's phenomenal. Then they actually were interrupted by what looked to be the Mercer sphere. I'm curious if they're going to whisper to us still. It was a little creepy, and apparently they're built, like, integrated into the alien technology. We can explore. Oh my god. Look at this place. So vibrant despite being a desert. I can hear the familiar sound. That is a sphere. Look at the water. It's so much nicer than before. Look at that. You can almost imagine, like, although I don't know if you can see this, but there's like tiny little maybe pollen in the air, or bugs or insects or something like that. Mr. Bean up there playing in the water. Ooh, hello. All right, we have our first. Oh my god, my first encounter is with a spitter. Okay, well, ow. Come on. There we go. Got it.
Samples of unknown alien species acquired. Their weaponized plasma is most likely stored as a stable chemical substance in an organ close to their mouth, and only turns volatile when exposed to one of the chemical elements in the air.
Oh, that's fancy.
Preserve the remains for later study.
You betcha. Mercer sphere. It's not whispering to me. Oh.
The astrobiologist Dr. D.M. Mercer was the first to recognize the presence and probable nature of these alien artifacts. These chain-melted state spheres are named in his honor. Each sphere emits a unique signal and will require study to determine local application. Store it for later use.
Oh my gosh. Well, let's get more barrel nuts, I guess. So where was that iron, right? I think it was in this direction. 146. Yeah, let's start with the iron. So we don't want to venture off too far just yet, but I'm super excited to do so, and I'm super excited to get lost. We see more hatchers out there, so let's go in and pop that because it's guarding this node. So we just got to get in with a double tap and another. 1, 2, 1, 2. There we go. Excellent. All right, perfect. So we're a little low on health right now, and then we just got to open this up. Going to mine the topper on the ore.
Next objective, use the build gun to construct the hub. Iron is a base component necessary for all near future progress, so ensure you build the hub close to iron sources.
Gosh.
Fixit does not pay by the kilometer.
I mean, I guess I'll set down the hub, but I just want to be ready to relocate it if I need to. Yeah, so I'll put down the hub. This thing's huge. So there she is. I think I can lock it in place and walk away. We don't have a foundation yet, so I'll just go ahead and go hub. And we'll just place it, I think this side will go like so. Just anywhere, doesn't matter.
Hub foundation built. The hub terminal and crafting bench are only the humble beginnings of a successful Fixit pioneer, but essential for the next steps of onboarding. Once finished, the hub will function as your base of operations. Next objective, complete hub upgrade 1.
All right, so hub upgrades and their costs can be found and activated in the hub terminal. Parts like iron rods can be crafted at the crafting bench in the hub. So what do we got here? Please select the tier 0. Hub upgrade. Select. So we need 10 iron rod in order to complete the milestone. We've got a little bit of the ore. And to make the iron rods, we're going to need iron ingots. So we're going to start by hitting spacebar. That's going to move us through the entirety of our ore, other than like one, right? Because I think it takes 2 each. Oh no, it's 1 to 1. Perfect. And we'll make 10 iron rod. Although I'll just make the full 11. And now we have what we need. And voila. Go.
Hub Upgrade 1, Storage and Frame, completed. Equipment like the portable miner can now be made in the workshop. Congratulations on completing your first milestone.
Thank you,
the
Ada.
first of many providing access to new recipes and technologies for the Fix-It mission. Next objective, complete Hub Upgrade 2.
All right. Oh, interesting. Hub Upgrade 2, but it's Tier 1 now, right? So complete Hub Upgrade 2. The equipment workshop is used to craft equipment like the portable miner. You scroll up, scroll down to swap between hand equipment. All right, so we'll go Q. We'll build with the equipment workshop. We'll just place it down anywhere, but we need iron plates. And actually, let's use something that we learned in early access. So we actually can mouse over and hover over the equipment workshop. We'll go ahead and click the add to to-do list. That's going to add it on the right. I don't think we have enough iron ore. And we don't have the portable miner yet. Oh, that's a pure iron node? Oh my god, I didn't even realize it's a pure. Well, we'll get back to that. We need more. So let's find another topper. I'm actually not entirely sure. We don't have access to like a miner or the portable miner. We got to build that first. So we're going to need another topper. I didn't think that one through when I built everything. There's definitely more out here. So it kind of makes sense if the hub were out here as well, but that's a lot more iron out this way, and they have some protectors, but we'll just kind of start on this one. Hope he doesn't notice us. Yeah, there we go. Unauthorized hostility towards Pioneer detected. Okay, yoink. Where'd he go? Zap, zap. Double tap. Zap, zap, zap. There we go. Excellent.
Samples of new alien species acquired. Notable features are
Wow, pure
long
nodes.
teeth, suggesting it is herbivorous, and a thickly plated skull and spine, suggesting it is proficient at inflicting and receiving blunt force trauma.
Receiving.
Preserve the remains for later study.
All right, so we need iron plates and iron rods. So if we make our crafting bench, we actually don't even have enough rods for that. So we got to go back to the hub. It was kind of a little bit far away, so it kind of makes me... Can we dismantle it from here? Nope, negatory. It's all right. It's not that far away. I can't believe all of these iron nodes are pure. So I would imagine that anyone watching this video probably already knows all of the ins and outs, but I'm just going to talk about this like I'm brand new, because honestly, I'm mostly new still. I definitely only scratched the surface that this game has to offer, and I'm really excited to keep going. So as far as I know, the different nodes have different purities. There's impure, there's normal, and there's pure. And that means they provide different outputs of whatever the node would normally provide: iron, limestone, etc. So in this case, I usually found it when I started in the grassy fields that it was kind of one of those things where we didn't really have a lot of pure nodes. So right here, right off the bat, at one of the most critical node types, I feel like we're just greeted with like at least 2 or 3 pure nodes, and that is such an amazing thing, because that means we can accomplish more with less buildings, and that means more time to do fun things. So that's super exciting. So let's go ahead and start. So right now we need 6 iron plates based off of the to-do list on the right side, and now we're just going to create 6 just like that. Done. So fast. And then the iron rods, we only need a few. Done already. So now we can actually place down the equipment workshop, allowing us to thus create something akin to a portable miner. So what do we got here? All right, so if we're looking, we can do a portable miner. It's going to require, actually, we're going to add it to the to-do list, right? So we'll add to to-do list, and we're going to need 2 iron plates, and then we need iron rods. Actually, you know what? Let's build a few of these. So I'm actually going to up this to, you can't see it behind my face, but there's a little increment counter. I'm going plus and minus, and I can actually bring this up to 3. or I can decrement it. So you can see how the to-do list is changing here, but it's behind my face, unfortunately. So I'm going to build 3 of these things because I think we're going to need 3 at least. So let's go ahead and go back to the crafting bench. And now we get to make 6 iron plates. No problem. We just did that. And then 12 iron rods. So that gives me an idea already of kind of the ratio if we're going to use the iron to create iron plates and rods. Done already. Phenomenal. We had exactly enough. And now we can make 3. So we've got portable miner. Actually, you know what? Now that I think about it, if we're going to build other things, maybe we should be cautious. Let me just build the 1 portable miner and I'll hang on to the materials and then we'll come back to this one. So let's see, Q to open the build menu. We can also put the portable miner into our second hand slot and then use the mouse wheel to go back and forth between the 2. So let's go ahead and place it on the pure iron node, which is just right over here. We'll just toss down 1. There we go. And there she goes. I love the animations. Holy crap. It's so cool. It's so cool. All right, so I take that back. I forgot the miners can mine. Go figure. So I will build 2 more because I do want 3. So just because it makes things easier, right? So we'll get a couple of more and then we'll just start slamming them down in little groups and we're going to get a lot of ore, no problem. I didn't know it at first, but the bunnies taught me that we can actually throw down quite a lot out here. So we'll place 1 and place 1 and we'll just have 3 going right now. I think they had a capacity of 200 before. I'm not too sure. 80 per minute. That is so fast. 80 iron ore per minute. That's insane. And you can see it just incrementing and building up here. So it's going to get a ton of iron ore. And the nice thing is you can just kind of pick that up, no problem. We already have a full stack of 100, so they're so efficient. I absolutely adore these things. It makes me wonder why I don't bring these around more often, right? All right, so we're getting all the stuff, and we should probably go back and check our milestone. I totally got lost in it all, and it looks like we got our storage box as well, which is awesome. I think I'll actually keep the Mercer sphere in there, and we'll keep the other items that we don't really need. And we'll just hang on to the ore for now. We have such a small inventory. So hub upgrade number 2, let's go. So we need to have 10 iron plates and 20 iron rods. You can see it in the upper right hand corner right there. So let's go ahead and make those ingots. There we go. So now we'll switch on over to the rods and we'll get ourselves 20. And we'll switch on over to the plates. And we'll have to do a few more ingots, but I kind of let us go past 20, so that's not a problem. There it is. Perfect. And the last 4. Perfect. So now we have what we need. We go over to hub upgrade number 2, shift left click, and shift left click, and go. High five.
Hub upgrade 2, power and shell, completed. The smelter can turn raw ore such as copper and iron into ingots, and the biomass burner generates power when fueled. Fun fact. Most of the native flora and fauna is compatible with Fixit technology. Fueling the biomass burner with inappropriate materials will result in deductions or even cancellation of your yearly bonus. Next objective.
What if it's a mistake?
Complete hub upgrade 3.
All right, so complete hub upgrade number 3. Production buildings like the smelter will only function when connected to a power source with a power line. The biomass burner located in the hub generates power by consuming biomass, such as wood and leaves. Hold V to bring up the resource scanner, press F to enter dismantle mode. Buildings can be dismantled without any loss of resources. So we got hub upgrade number 3. We'll select the next milestone. We got to deliver some copper wire this time, as well as more plates and more rods. So let's see what we can do. We have all the ore back here that we picked up for iron. So let's go ahead and free up these guys so they can take 1 stack. So that's 100 each. So we'll free them up. Seems like they fill up in a little over a minute each. Now we've got plenty of ore. And if we want to build, we've unlocked new things like the smelter and power lines. Oh, interesting. Okay. Well, I guess we're still building things by hand because they don't mention we don't have the biomass burner access yet, so let's just do the iron ingot. We do need copper, though, in order to get the copper wire, so we'll have to scan for that. I'm curious if... Let me pause this for a second. I'm curious if we can scan for it now. We can. So where's the copper? Closest copper? 154 meter. Well, I might pick up one of these right here. We'll pick up a portable miner, which is going to also take the contents. And we're going to scan again. This is 1,881, and this is 132. It's up above, it looks like, right? Just check again. Oh, nope, down below. Perfect. So are we in danger? Do we need our Zena Zapper? I think we're generally okay. At the very least, we can get the topper, right? So copper for the copper. I like that. I remember when I was in the grassy fields. Oh, this is pure as well? Oh my god. Wow, this is a dream. I remember when I was in the grassy fields the first time, the copper was up higher. So it was definitely a little more challenging for me to figure out how to bring everything together, but glad we've got a little bit more over here because we have so many pure nodes. This really makes me want to build another one, so we've got 2 and 2, but I don't think we're going to need as much copper. Let's make more iron ingots, and then we're going to make some iron plates and iron rods, allowing us to craft away, maybe over by the copper, and that's just going to be helpful for us, right? Although, in theory, I think I have enough copper already. So if I did copper ingots, that's a lot of copper ingots now that I think about it. I thought we would need a lot more than that. I'm surprised that I picked up that much ore already. It's kind of blowing my mind. That's just from the copper topper that we broke open on top of the node itself. And we can already make the wire. Yeah, we've got enough. So that's great. Sure, why not? We already have enough, so we'll just finish that up and toss this over. So we've got more than enough for the copper wire. We've got a little bit of each. So let's go ahead and make more iron ingots, and then it's just a matter of the plates and the rods, and we're at a point where I think we can get the biomass burners and stuff like that, and we'll be able to run those smelters on their own. So that'll be awesome. And now we'll have enough after this. So perfect. I guess we didn't really need to make another crafting bench. It was just too fast, too furious. Pop and pop. Go.
Hub Upgrade 3,
Ooh.
Interior Furnishing, completed. The constructor can produce simple parts, and power poles allow for the expansion of the power grid. When you make the inevitable mistake, Fix-It's dismantling feature is designed to salvage all resources used during construction, in line with our zero waste policy.
Oh, there's the biomass burner. My bad.
Pioneers are only human, and thus prone to error. Next objective, complete Hub Upgrade 4.
I totally forgot that there was a biomass burner off the back of the hub. So I was looking for the biomass burner when in the construction menu in here. So that totally threw me off. So here we go. We've got a constructor and we've got a power pole and power lines. Phenomenal. So right now, hub upgrade number 4. Inventory slots we will get. We'll also get conveyor belts, which is just great. So we're going to want some concrete, so that means limestone. We're going to want some cables, that means the copper wire into cables using the constructor, and then iron plates. So let's take a little more time with this stage, and we'll be able to at least automate some of it, and I think that's just going to be tremendous. Although, now that I think about it, we don't even have foundations yet, so maybe we're not going to be too meticulous with it. Let's just go ahead and grab this stuff, and then I'll go over and grab a stack of copper. Yeah, it makes me want to put the hub underneath this. Actually, can I do that? I know we had stuff inside. I'll dismantle this. I'll dismantle this. And I'm pretty sure I've got just enough space. Yeah, I don't see... Oh, there's a crate. That crate has the rest of our belongings that wouldn't fit in the inventory. And I'm actually going to move the hub just a tiny bit. I'm probably going to end up moving it a few times now that I think about it, but it's all right. We'll go here. There's the burner. And we can get our equipment workshop. And, oh, actually, all the rest should be inside the box. But let's put this into storage. So we got a Mercer Sphere, the alien remnants, the blue power slugs, all of that will sort. And we can grab the rest of our belongings. There we go. I guess the plates, we'll take it. And that should give us the necessary, the necessary resources to actually make the equipment workshop here. And I actually would like to make another portable miner. We're going to need, I guess I'll just add to-do list. And iron ingot. I love that when this checkbox appears because it allows you to just only show the stuff that you can make, which is super, super nice. But we're not just going to do all the smelting ourselves in the moment. We'll finish that off. We'll go ahead and get 1, 2, and 3. And we'll do iron rods. There we go. And then we'll be able to build one more portable miner. And I'm going to put this out on the, actually, there's limestone as well. I guess for now, I'll put 2 on the copper and I'll put 2 on the iron. Well, there's 2 on the iron node already. And you can see that the copper portable miner has already paused. So we just got to get a full stack out of that. But we're going to drop the other one first. Place that down. And we'll grab that so we can start up again. There they go. It's getting a little dark, so we'll turn on the light. There we go. God, it looks so good in the light. Oh, that's so awesome. All right, so now we've got a decent amount of ore. And I'd like to set up some smelters that can make the ingots for us. But actually, do we even have... Wait, we don't have conveyor belts, do we? Oh, never mind. We don't have conveyor belts. Okay, well, we're gonna do it by hand still. That's fine. That's totally fine. So we'll go copper ingots, and then we'll be able to get enough to make some wire. And once we get to 40 wire, that's it. We can get all of our cables. So we'll have 20 cables, and then we're gonna need to get 75 iron plates. Let me think though. I mean, like, can we run the smelter? We just need power, right? And when there's an output, I guess we could run the smelter. It's just that it wouldn't have a storage container to put it into. So what I'm talking about here is if we go to the smelter and we add it to our to-do list, you'll see we need some wires, right? So let's build some wires. We'll make a smelter so that it can do this smelting for us, because that's a lot of iron ingots at 75. I think the big thing is that it'll have to use the smelter's internal storage and not actually use like a, I don't know, use a conveyor belt that'll put it into a container that we can then draw from. In this case, it's actually just going to be inside the smelter the whole time. Yeah, I'm just not used to thinking about it that way anymore. So we'll go iron rod. There we go. And now we have enough for a smelter. So we'll place down a smelter by the biomass burner. And I guess we'll place it this way. Yeah. Because we have to manually feed it. And then we need some cables. So we've got enough with the cables that we built. Now it has potentially some power. And we need biomass, right? So we'll just grab leaves and bushes. We can hold down E and just walk around. And we're going to grab as many leaves as possible. And then this should power that smelter for a little bit. Okay, that's looking pretty good. I don't know how much I'm going to need, but that's good enough for now. And then we'll grab our iron ore, and we'll grab the iron ore. And now we'll drop in a little bit of ore. And we'll say we want some iron ingots, and we'll stick in as much as we can. And then we'll just dump in the leaves like so. Perfect. So now this is powered. It is generating and creating iron ingots so that we don't have to do it by ourselves. And I know that we also picked up the limestone from earlier when we were heading on in this direction. And that means that we can actually create concrete out of it. We're going to need 10 concrete, but we already picked up enough from the pure topper in order to get us all the way there. We need so much concrete that we might as well just get as much as we can there. Then we got 16. That's perfect. And we'll toss that in. We'll toss in the cables. And now we just need iron plates. Honestly, with the smelter helping us out, we are now getting more ingots. And all we got to do, I guess there's a constructor as well. So if we want to, to make the constructor, we need reinforced iron plates, and we need some cables as well. I think I'm just going to potentially handcraft these because it's pretty fast. So we'll go iron plates. There we go. We make 24 of these. The nice thing is we can actually take these iron plates and toss it in partially. So we can kind of do this, and then now it's just 26 out of 75, which is just awesome. And then we'll just make sure that this is topped up. We'll toss in a little more ore, stack it up to the full stack of 100. We'll grab out 21 ingots, and we can also help it out on our side. I think Probably one thing that we could do is actually build a constructor, and then we could use the constructor in order to create the iron plates, but we're going to need to make reinforced iron plates first, which means we need to make screws. So it just seems kind of a little bit... That's probably like the proper way to do it. It's probably the proper way to do it, but I'm an average player, so I'm going to do average, at least an average setup for the start until we can unlock conveyor belts, which I think is the very next thing that we can unlock. So, and I would like foundations as well. Yeah, we're already at 30. I don't think we can make enough yet, but we can make 40, so then we only need 9 more. That puts us at just grabbing these ingots and being done with it. That's more than enough ingots. So that was being done in parallel, and we're going to get the very last of it. Perfect. Then we've got enough, and we can unlock conveyor belts. High five.
Hub Upgrade 4, Landing Platform and Utilities completed. Conveyor belts connect the output of one building to the input of another and transport resources. Due to past incidents, I have been asked to issue a clarification. Portable miners, obviously, do not have a connection for conveyor belts.
Past incidents?
There is nothing to suggest, visually or functionally, that they can be connected to portable miners.
Well, thank you for the clarification.
If this is something you struggle with, do not worry. Fixit has alternative uses for all their pioneers.
What does that mean?
Next objective, complete Hub Upgrade 5.
Hub Upgrade number 5. Conveyor belts are used to fully automate resource transportation between buildings. Buildings have specific input and output ports to connect conveyor belts. So if we look, Hub Upgrade number 5, we're going to get storage containers and miners finally, so we can actually have a fully automated chain. That is really, 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 really exciting. We probably want to free up our miners. So right now we're running around, we're grabbing ore from the miners, stuff like that. Actually, am I going the right way? Oh, it's in this direction here. There's our miners. These are the copper. So we're going to get 200 copper ore here. We still don't have any of the limestone coming in. So I just got to be aware of that, because we are going to need limestone on this hub upgrade. We're going to need more concrete. I really want to explore too. I would just like it if the base was doing something while I was exploring. I guess we'll also pick up some leaves while we're at it, because everything's biomass early on, right? There we go. Excellent. Okay. So I think the power just went out because he probably ran out of... Oh, no, we ran out of space, it looks like. No, we ran out of input. And we'll dump in more leaves. And now let's continue. We need more iron rods. We need more of... Well, actually, what we could do is we could actually build the constructor now. I think it's worth it. So let's take a look. We've got screws. We're going to need screws, right? And we're going to need a lot of iron ingots and then plates in order to make the screws. Or the... Oh, no, we're going to need rods. Iron rods in order to make screws. That's what it is. I guess you get tiny little rods and then you grind out screws from it. I don't know how we do it by hand, but we're pretty incredible. And we go screws here. And then we're going to make plates. And the reason why we're doing this is because we need screws and iron plates in order to make reinforced iron plates. There we go. Now we can make 4. I think you need 4 in order to make the constructor. I don't recall. Let's double check. So now we have 4 reinforced iron plates. Constructor does... it requires 2. Okay, so we were a little overzealous, but that's kind of okay. In order to get the rest of it, we're going to need some cables. So we're going to make some copper wire first. And we're going to need the cables anyway for power, because that's what we use for the power lines. So we've got our smelter. We are feeding it iron ore. It is creating iron ingots. And then we're just going to slap down a constructor somewhere. Doesn't even matter if it's fancy or anything like that. And we're going to set it to, I guess, iron rods. Yeah, we'll set iron rods. And we're going to get a power cable out. Oh, you know what? We need a pole, because each of the biomass burners can only accept 1 connection. So we'll dismantle the power line. It's going to shut everything off. We'll put down 1 pole, which can handle up to 4 connections. We'll connect both of these here, and then we'll connect the burner straight to the pole, and now it's powering both. And bring that in. So right now, you have individually rendered ingots going in, and then we'll have coming out iron rods. Ah, it's so cool. It is so cool. Look at that. Wow. Oh, so great. Okay, excellent. Oh my gosh. There she is. Okay, so those rods are going. We don't have anything making the... Well, actually, what's the input? So the input for this is 15 a minute. The output for this is 30 a minute. So right now we could actually support 2, but we don't have any sort of splitter yet. So that doesn't really help us too much. I mean, I guess we're probably better off if we change this over to making iron plates, because it's got an input of 30. So the output's 30 and the input's 30, so that lines up a little better. Yeah, I think we'll go with the plate production instead. So we'll just grab this, and we'll grab the rods off of there so that plates will come out. Yep, there we go. Perfect. So this is probably a little more efficient right now. The rods we can make in bulk pretty quickly. We've got our rods. We'll just craft those. We can make 92. That's insane. It's that 1-to-1 ratio there. So once we look at that, how quickly we're going to get to 75, that's going to be nuts. So we're going to need cables now. Cable comes from the copper. We would want another smelter at this point, but we're going to need iron rods and then copper wire. We can make more iron rods and then the copper wire. And then that's going to allow us to make another smelter. We can just use the middle click right here to duplicate, and we'll slam out another one right there. And now we are getting a little low on poles. We're out of power. Yeah, see, this is why I didn't want to overload it. Maybe we'll wait on this, because now we need more leaves. I guess we do have some wood. Like, we can't really cut down the trees yet, and I don't necessarily want to cut down the trees. I can definitely understand why people rush to higher tiers so that they can avoid disrupting all of nature, even more than we already do. There we go, and we'll just toss that in, and that will at least continue a little bit longer. And we'll get more of the ore in, and we'll clear up the output, and we'll pull the breaker. There we go. That's going to kick back in. So we'll go copper ingots, and I think I'm just going to make the cables myself, because storage containers, miners, all of that. Gosh, if we can get to... How do we get to coal? That's what I want to know. I'm already at that stage. It's a curse. It's a curse. Anything to stop us from tearing down nature. We still need to go out and get the limestone. So tell you what, let's make this cable. We'll go ahead and retrieve our copper ore, and then we'll move those over to wherever the limestone is. I know we passed it when we were above, but I'm going to hang on to these cables right now, right? So we'll come back to that. Probably by the time we get back, we're going to find that the power's cut out on our, I guess, operation of above. So we'll pick up the miner that's actually picking up the stacks of ore inside. And we know the limestone was above, right? Closest is here. Oh, really? I don't recall that. I don't think I've been in this direction yet. Let's just get out our defensive device. And I guess we're going to hoof it. I'm going to take a quick look out here. Quick gander. Oh, wow. They're all on that second tier up there. Not enough space for barrel nuts. Ooh. Oh, yeah, that's not a good sound. That means our poor setup has lost power. And this is almost why I like handcraft a lot of stuff early on, yeah? Well, let's see, we've got the wood. That should last a little longer. And we got to clear the output here, and we've got to manually stack in the input. There we go. And we're going to head up. So if we want to get up there, we could either find our way back up the land bridge, or we can come up this way. And I think this is the place that we haven't been to yet. And I like the sound of that. Got it. Man, I didn't have waterfalls before that I can recall. Bacon agaric.
Potential edible collected. Reminder that look and smell alone do not provide sufficient data to determine exact risk of consumption. Just because it looks like you can eat it does not mean it won't eat you.
What?
Store this potential resource for later use.
You know, I never figured out what you do with bacon agaric. I mean, I think when you do your like technology research, it makes a little more sense, but I didn't really pay attention to it because, I mean, I didn't use it, right? Well, let's head up and we're going to take a look around. We are completely out of space though, and I don't like that. We should probably drop some stuff off in the storage bin. We're looking for our limestone, which looks like it's up this way. Yeah, I really should have dropped stuff off in storage. But I think it's going to be okay, because we are going to drop the portable miner, so they've got their own storage for the limestone, so at least that isn't a problem. All right, hang out again. There's some. Ooh, hello. Danger. Excellent. Oh, I don't know where the hatcher remain went, but that's okay. So what I'm going to do, I can't even mine the limestone on the top. So I'm going to go ahead and put the miner in my hands. And we'll just drop them around the outside, yeah? There we go. And that gives us a little bit of space. Not enough space to pick up leaves. Oh, really? Not enough space? Serious? Oh, there we go. That had me a little bit confused. And they're doing their thing. We'll go ahead and pick up a little more limestone out here. We got our foreman, Mr. Bean, just watching over us. Thank you so much, sir. I think, oh wow, that was a lot. And what kind of node? Normal limestone node. It seemed like there were a few up here, right? All right, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna hop on down and hop off. I don't know if it caused damage. Oh, we're okay. High five. There we go. Oh my God. Wow. Yeah, there's actually a current. That's so cool. All right, so things are actually flowing still. The wood, it's a big difference. Love it. We'll toss in a little more wood. That lasts so much longer than just plain old leaves. I guess we'll drop in some ore into the storage box. And we'll grab some of the iron ore just so that these guys are still going. So grab all, perfect. And the limestone's heading out. We'll grab the plates. And then we're just going to do the same. And we're going to stack up the input in the smelter. And then let's go from there. So what are we looking at now? So our copper... Oh, that's right. We stored all the copper here. And we can actually make our ingots here as well. This should be enough. And that's going to bring us up to the full 50, just like that. So we got it already. We'll drop off the cables. And now it's just a matter of getting our concrete. Perfect. And now we should have unlocked the storage containers and the miners. That's a big deal. So off we go.
Hub Upgrade 5, Power Expansion, completed. The miner, unlike portable miners, can be connected to conveyor belts and requires power to function. Caution: as you expand, the energy demand of your production may exceed the capacity of your power grid.
True enough.
The onboarding program was established because Fix-It pioneers often experience memory issues after planetfall.
Oh.
If you are experiencing nosebleeds, nausea, existentialism, or an itchy scalp, there is no need for concern. This should pass within 5 to 7 workdays. Next objective: complete Hub Upgrade 6.
She says that so nonchalantly, like... What? You say that so nonchalantly. Well, it seems like Hub Upgrade number 6 actually has biomass burners in the space elevator. That's phenomenal. Now we actually should probably really be automating some things. We should have already, but let's see what we can do. Okay, so now we can actually build miners, and now we can actually build conveyor belts, conveyor poles, and storage containers. That's the big one. That's awesome. We still don't have foundations, so this is still feeling a little bit weird. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and pick these up. So pick up the miner. We'll pick up the miner. Oh, I actually... You know what? Let's build out... We'll put this on 0. So as a hotkey. And we'll put out a container. I'll just slam our stuff in here just because I'm too lazy to walk the few feet back. And then we'll retrieve these. All the ore. And now we should be able to build our miner. So we need 10 concrete. Here's the thing. Our portable miners are up there. That's a bit of an issue. because I'm going to constantly have to go up and down unless... Ooh, sulfur. Early sulfur. That's nice. Unless I can figure something out. Like, it makes me want to be, I guess, like, building up here already. Unless there's a better way up. I guess I can't, like... There's no ladders yet. There's no ramps. I don't have foundations. I can't... I'm kind of having to go around and make this little trek. So it definitely makes me think that... I'm thinking the portable miner output, because we're going to get 200 limestone to make the concrete. I'm hoping that's going to be enough. I don't think we need that much, but we're having to redo this kind of trek, and it's a little bit long, right? We haven't really fully explored yet. I might do that on the next one, because finding some free resources, finding some hard disk drives, finding all of that stuff can be very, very, very helpful. And I might just want to do that. So we're just going to go ahead and pick these up. That's another 200 of the limestone ore. And we're going to hop on down. I'm not leaving the portable miners there, even though I probably should have. But just because I don't like to spread our belongings out everywhere, that I'll just forget. It's what happens when you've got ADHD, but like misplaced stuff all the time, yeah. So right now we have our second biomass burner. That's phenomenal. So if we actually hook this up here, then both are supplying the network. So if one goes down, so we can have one on leaves and we can have one on wood. The one on the leaves definitely going to burn out faster. And what we can do, since I bet this is all clogged of input, we can get a storage container on the front. It's going to take more rods. So this is where it starts to get good, right? So not that it wasn't good before. We're going to make those rods. We're going to make those plates. We're going to be able to put out a storage container on the front and the back. And then we'll be able to put in as much of the ore as we want until we get the miner. Although I guess we got the miner as well. Well, right now, I want it to do stuff while I'm building. So I'll just slam this out just because. Pop that in. And now we can preload all the iron ore up front. And it's just going to feed that in. And now it's going to keep creating all of the plates on its own. I stuck in all that iron ore. I think I had some more here, right? No? Did I put it somewhere? Oh, I put it in here. See what I mean? Look at that. Okay, there we go. There we go. Iron ore. So I can actually throw it into this container like so. Control left click will, the bunnies taught me, will move all of the same type of thing you're clicking on over into the other container. Shift left click will move just a single stack back and forth. So that's what's happening here. But yeah, let's get all the iron ore in. It's all being converted over immediately to ingots, and then the ingots are being creating the iron plates. So if we can get another container out here, we can just pick those up, and then we don't have to keep coming back. It's just a matter of power. So we'll get that. Let me go ahead and cut this out. F to dismantle, and then the hotkey for 3 to get the conveyor belt in. And now the plates will flow on in. And we can even just store those plates in here. And look at that. It's starting to increment by itself. So that's a little bit of a chain there. That's phenomenal. We already ran out of leaves. We're going to need more wood. Or we could shift right. Is it shift right click? No, shift left click. And then shift right clicks to split. We'll put in 22 wood. And then we'll stack in the other 22. And it's going to split the load between the two biomass burners. And they'll last a little longer. I think the bunny said that's how that works. So we'll go in and cut out that storage container, and now we can make a miner. So what do we got? Production, miner mark 1. We're going to need the concrete. That's right. Well, can we make the crafting bench? We can't do the craft bench here unless it's special. Ah, they added the crafting bench to the special section, and we want concrete. We're just going to manually turn all that limestone into concrete, and then we'll be able to move from there, yeah? I'd like to reorganize things a little bit already. So what I'm thinking is we'll run a miner on the copper, we'll run a miner on the iron, and it'll come over to where the hub is, sort of in the middle-ish, where the burners are and the power. Because right now we got to run power back and forth all over the place, so I'm not too sure how that's going to work. So we're just going to get concrete. We've got a miner right here, so we'll slam down a miner. We'll have it face that general direction. And we're going to need more iron plates. Fortunately, we've got a stack of iron right here. We need to give that power as well. Yeah, I'm thinking I could flip this whole operation around, or I could make it kind of face the water that way. So we'll make another miner. I think we've got enough. Yeah, we do. If we look at the lower right-hand corner there, it actually uses some of the portable miners in there as the heart of the machine. So we'll just kind of line that up. And it's a matter of getting power there is the big thing. So, so let's tear this whole thing down. It's happening already, right? We're going to tear this whole thing down. And it's going to leave all these little containers because I don't have enough inventory space, right? So I'm just going to toss stuff into the storage box. Sort that out. Move random pieces over. And then we're going to pick these things up. And just group them together. The burners are still going. So maybe we'll kind of grab that. It's not that it's powering anything, but we're just tearing that whole thing down because I'd like to tear the hub. Oh, which had the box in it. That makes sense. So let's go special hub. I don't want to move the biomass burner so far. So if we've got one miner there, it's kind of easier to see. Maybe we'll have the hub surface uneven. Here we go. I want the biomass burners on this side, and just hit H to lock it in place, and we can kind of walk away and see a little bit better. Let's shift that over. It's a little bit wonky, and we'll just go like that. There we go. So now it's a little more central, I feel. We'll cut out our equipment workshop so that we have a little more clearance. And now let's start running some power, right? So we want a pole. We'll get one just in the middle, and we'll connect both to the pole. There we go. And then now we can start wiring to the left because we actually have to power. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Okay, wire too long. That's fine. Let's come out that way and then hook up to the pole. Perfect. So now that miner has power. I just want to make sure both have enough power right now, or have any power, not enough. And then we've got another source that we can just hook up directly. That's amazing. How are we doing on connections? I think we've got maximum connections already. So let me cut this, and we're going to put another pole out here. And I might put another, well, we'll figure that one out. And for now, we'll connect here, and then we'll connect to our miner. So both the miners should have connections for power. So that's great. Now we want to make, I'd like to have us make plates and copper wire, and then we'll deal with the concrete after that. So at the very least, we'll need 2 smelters, and we'll just have one. So we need more copper wire. Is that right? We'll get our wire. We'll get our concrete. Any of the materials that we've been needing thus far. We've got more wood. We've got more ore. We've got some plates. And we've got some rods. Excellent. And I think that should suffice. Smelter. Oh, are we still missing rods? Do I? Oh, did I put them in the box? Oh, I put them in the box. I got it backwards. I was moving all of my inventory into the box. This is my inventory. This is the box. So I have it backwards. Let's store everything. We'll sort, and we'll grab from the box. That's what it should be. So I'm going to just grab all of the materials that I kind of need to create things. There we go. Excellent. And I might as well grab the screws because, after all, I will need to make reinforced iron plates to make constructors. So one thing we could do is say I'd like to make 2 smelters. I would like to make 2 constructors, and we already made the miners. And then I would also like to make 2 storage containers. How about that? So there's the list on the right side. So we'll make our wire, which will then turn into cables, and we'll be able to make 8. And then we'll be able to make more wire, and we'll need to make a few more ingots just to top that off. Phenomenal. So now the to-do list is completely clear. That is so great. And now we just build whatever the heck we want, as long as it's on the to-do list. Production, we'll get a smelter. We'll kind of aim that. Unfortunately, we can't really like control click because we don't have a foundation yet. So what we'll have to do is sort of just eyeball it so it's not too off. It's already at a weird sort of angle. So, I mean, I guess we'll smelter and do something along these lines. Less materials, less distance, less materials, right? And then we got our constructor and holds. That's good enough. And nope, not good enough. I have a feeling the issue was that we were, yeah, see, sometimes it's a little off. We can actually stand on top of the machines as well, because each machine comes with a ladder, I believe, somewhere. There we go, we got a ladder, and you can get a better angle when you stand on top of it, which I totally fell off. And then we'll get a storage container, sort of aim it in that direction and feed that in. So the only thing we got to do is make sure that we tell the machines what it is that they're going to do. So iron ingots, which are going to create, they're going to pull in 30. This is going to output 120. So we can support way more. So this is going to overfeed because this only picks up 30 per minute. So we'll deal with that later. And then from that 30, it turns into 20 iron plates per minute, and then it'll flow into the box. So we're going to do something similar, but in the meantime, we can at least get that going. So we will shift right click. Yep, that's how you split it. And then we'll shift left click to give it 16, and we'll shift left click to give it 16 wood. And now those things are off and running, I believe. Is that enough power? Oh, we didn't actually power the constructor or the smelter. So there we go. Now we're cooking with fire. Perfect. There it is. So let's go ahead and pre-stack it. I mean, you don't have to do this, but seems to make sense to me. We'll just get in what we got. There we go. Excellent. So that's now cruising along, and it is creating iron plates. High five. So now I'd like to make some copper wire. So let's do something similar out here. And we'll get up on top so we get a better angle. It's easier to build this way. We'll get on the edge of the stop plate, and we'll sort of line that up. There we go. And then we can get on top of this one. And we're going copper ingots this time because it's copper ore and copper ingots. I can't quite stand on top of that, so that's fine. We'll just stand right in front of the output. And we're going to build our constructor. Missing cables. Oh, I did the power. That's what I did. That's why I'm missing a cable. I totally forgot about it. My bad. All right. That's fine. That's why you have a little bit of extra. Fortunately, we're not that far away. So what we need are copper ingots into copper wires, which we're going to make in abundance. And the cables are what we use for power lines, so makes sense we got a little bit extra. So now we can connect that back up. And we're going to switch over to constructor, turn it around, get the belts, get our container, and we're going to turn this into copper wire and connect the last machine. And now we're cooking with fire. High five. So let's just double check the line. We've got 120 copper ore, which is overfeeding this machine right here. It burns 30 per minute, outputs 30 per minute. This takes in 15, so it's being bottlenecked even further, and then outputting 30 wire per minute. So we can definitely support way more with that node, but it's just nice to have that automated. I think that's great. We'll go in and stick in the wire there. So right now we've got iron plates, and we have our copper wire being automated. So the only thing we would really need are the rods. We definitely need more fuel. So that's something that we're just kind of picking up as we go, just as we're getting around. As you can see, the power has cut off because we no longer have any fuel here. So we're just going to put in all leaves, and then this side we'll just put in all wood, and we'll hit that breaker, and that'll pick right back up. So that leaves only the other stuff, right? So we have 50 concrete already. We're going to need the rods, and the rods come from the plates that we've been making. So we might as well take a stack of the stuff. So here we go. We've got enough. We'll be able to build the rods ourselves. So before I forget, I'm going to stick in the concrete, and then I'm going to go ahead and make the iron rods, which come from, oh, they come from the iron ingots. My bad. I totally didn't realize that I get the iron ingots. Oh boy, yeah, it's all shutting down. It's all shutting down. So what we can do is just shove in all the iron plates. I guess we'll just get more leaves. The only thing we can really get right now are leaves, because I don't have a method by which I can cut down the trees. This is sort of the meta right now. We've got to power these things. Now, one thing you could do is also build a biomass burner, which actually generates more power than the ones that are on the back of our hub. So it's not like you have to put the hub in the middle of your two different, I guess, ore nodes. But I just didn't feel like building them. Maybe that would be like the smarter thing to do, because you could kind of make a concrete automatically as well, right? We can build a whole operation up above, and eventually we will do something like that when we have a little more sustainability with our power. It's no longer just biomass. So we should have a good chunk of leaves. What I will do though is right now switch this over so we can select a recipe and switch it to iron rods now. So it's going to be a little bit gated, but it's all right. We can split the leaves. We'll pull the wood. We'll stick in the leaves. We'll get on this side and we'll stick in all the wood. Pull that. We'll stick in all the leaves. There we go. So 200 leaves, 70 something wood. That should keep things going. And now we are creating rods. We can definitely support way more constructors and smelters, but that is just fine right now. And let's go ahead and take a look at how we're doing down below. You can already see the yellow light on the miner Mark 1, meaning that it's being stunted. Essentially, it cannot operate at full efficiency because it's constantly oversupplying this smelter. You can see that we're at the full stack of 100, and right here it's able to output 120, but we're only removing 30 off of this conveyor belt at a time. And anyway, the conveyor belt Mark 1 can only handle up to 60 per minute instead of 120 at Mark 2. So that's basically bottlenecking that node as well. So God, I realize that's so nerdy, but it is so cool. It is so cool. I find it so cool. So we're already getting more wire. We have almost everything that we need for the next hub upgrade. I like that right here. It's at this moment when it seems like you're really encouraged to automate a little bit more. So it's you're at the quantities where you wouldn't want to handcraft all of this. You could, and you absolutely could. It's not a bad thing, but you know, it's just a little bit faster if you're able to do it without. So that having been said, I do not mind kind of helping it along. So I'm going to help out with the rods, and then by the time we're done with the rods, we should be able to get our wires down below. And if it needs a little bit of a nudge, it's going to be barely anything. And I think we're going to have moved into tier 1, which is very exciting for sure. 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. We'll dump that in. Perfect. Now we're sitting at 88 out of 100. We need 12 more, and we have 19. Phenomenal. So we have overproduced. That is great. I like it. So now the only thing we're missing are copper wire. This one's a little bit slow just because of how bottlenecked it is, but we have more than enough, and we are on our way, and we are now completing hub upgrade number 6. I am so excited about it. So here we go. Toss that in, shift left click, and high five. There it is.
Hub upgrade 6. Landing platform hydraulics completed. Freighter landing initialized.
Freighter landing?
Congratulations, you have completed onboarding and
Oh,
achieved the absolute
is that gonna
minimum
clip?
skill level required of a Fix-It pioneer. Fix-It looks forward to your future achievements.
Ooh, not
because
good.
a future with Fix-It is a future with
Oh, whoops.
you. Tier 1 and 2 milestones are
Forgot
now
about
available
that.
in the hub, and biomass burners can now be built individually. Your first official objective is to initiate project assembly by building the space elevator. This objective will take a significant amount of resources, so Fix-It recommends getting to work.
Well, that is so cool. And look at this place. It's been upgraded. Oh, character customization. I forgot. Oh my gosh. So before we get to that, because that's super exciting, never had that before. Look at all of this. It's being built out. Wow. Oh my gosh. Man, part of me wants to live here. Fix-It does not flush. Oh, Fix-It does not. There's the whole like Fix-It does not waste and Fix-It does not flush. What is this? Korolev slaves? Join us on the dog crap frontier adventure. Korolev sucks. And Beck was here, now expanding to Fortuna 3. And then we've got chairs, seats. We've got the game. So they have a whole like puzzle game you can play. It's so cool. This game. Look, Perpetual Machine. Play Productive Packard Deluxe. And look at the posters. Train signals for pioneers. I wish I could read that. The mathematics of wonton burrito meals. When I was a kid, my nickname was Wonton because I was a chubby little thing. I looked like a little wonton. All right, so I'm excited about this. So what is the deal? So rotate left, rotate right, zoom out, or zoom in, zoom out. Wow. So helmets. Oh yeah, that, whoops. Scout Fix-It helmet does not come with night vision. Engineered Fix-It helmet to spark new ideas. Whoa! Bobblehead Fix-It helmet, don't let it all go to your head. And Golden Fix-It helmet reserved for gold standard pioneers. Thank you for supporting Satisfactory during early access. So we've got a golden version of the helmet because of early access. That's so cool. Well, I really like this one, as crazy as that seems. Oh, I guess this one's pretty cool too. I kind of like that. I have to admit, like, as much as I like all the diopters and eyes and, well, camera stuff, this seems to be a little cleaner. I like it. So we've got our build gun. God, look at that flare. Right now, this is Camo Fix-It build gun. Fortunately, Ada can still see you. Standard Fix-It build gun. Standard issue Fix-It build gun for all pioneers. Alternative Fix-It build gun. An alternative Fix-It build gun for alternative pioneers. We've got the half and half Fix-It build gun. Half and half like the ice cream. Striped Fix-It build gun Funky. And Golden Fix-It build gun. Only pioneers who carried Fix-It during its founding days can handle the weight of this build gun. Thank you for supporting Satisfactory during early access. Well, you know what? I will try out the alternative Fix-It build gun. And we've got the trinkets that dangle off the end right here. Oh, that's so cool. So we had a wrench repurposed due to sizing error. Then you can kind of see it down here. The Fix-It trinket, the Check-It trinket, the only friend pioneers will ever need. The coupon ticket may not be turned in for rewards. Nuclear waste trinket only contains regular waste. The Summer Sloop trinket, a familiar shape now in trinket form. And the Golden Nut trinket. The design was chosen to commemorate early pioneers' obsession with these nuts. Thank you for supporting. You know what? I like the check. We're going to keep the little Fix-It check. And we get our own primary colors. Ooh, so exciting. Wow, I love the black. I'm always a fan of black and deep green or anything like that. Overalls, I mean, I'm going to guess we could kind of do... Well, let's see. What do we got here? Oh, I'll have to mess around with this later. But this is the accent color. What do we do with deep green? Like a forest green. How foresty can we get? Right? A little deeper. There it is. There it is. Look at that. That's not too shabby. And then if we wanted... Oh my god, look at us. We're so cool. Okay, that's us for now. If we did any of the other stuff, I mean, that looks really cool, but yeah, that's awesome. This is us. Wow. And if we do our... What's the scan? And if we're building something, you can see the little Fix-It check right there on the trinket. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. Okay, so we ran out of fuel, unfortunately, so it tripped the line. Let's go in and get the wood and split it. Honestly, wood's going to be our best bet to keep things going right now, but, you know, wood, we have to cut things down. We don't have it right now, so let's get that going again. We'll select the next milestone as well. So what do we got here? Tier 1, base building, foundations. High five, that's the way, foundations, that's the big stuff. Logistics for conveyors, splitters, and mergers. Building efficiency statistics. Nice. Field research. Oh, the MAM. Then we go exploring. This is where we get the map. This is where we get everything. This is super exciting. I love this. We've got Tier 2. Tier 2's got obstacle clearing. Excellent. I'm really tempted to get this right now just because of the chainsaw. And the chainsaws allow us to get cut, like we'll get inventory, biofuel, and cut down the trees, and that's going to get us the wood that we need. But, you know, for the moment, I really want the foundation so we can get something a little more permanent. So that's super, super great. So we'll just go get those plates in. That means all we've got to do is provide the rods and the concrete. We don't have anything for the concrete right now, so let's make it happen. So we know that our concrete production or our limestone is up above, and I know when we looked last time, there wasn't anything for us. Gosh, I can't wait to explore, and I would like to unlock all of the exploratory items, right? And if we can get the mergers and stuff, we can really get this place singing, and then we'll have what we need in order to build anywhere, and that's just going to be great. So we're making the trek for one last time. Actually, we don't have any... Can I build an equipment workshop? Maybe we don't do it just yet. We can build an equipment workshop. What's it going to take to build the portable miners? We can actually make quite a few, so that's excellent. I'm going to make 4. I'm going to slam it up there, and it's going to be 400 concrete. Actually, you know what? Forget 4. We're going to make 7. We're going to make 7 portable miners. We're going to have 700 limestone up there. It's going to be nuts. So that way we don't have to worry about the concrete, because there's a lot of concrete that we're going to need, right? Ah, this game is out. I cannot believe it. I mean, I gotta admit, so this series, I realized that it's what, like over an hour in, and I haven't even talked about it yet because I've just been too excited. This series is going to be a YouTube only video series, and it's something that honestly I'm not sure people will watch, and obviously we have to think of the health of the channel, so we'll kind of give it a shot. If people like this series, please feel free to like, share, or comment down below. It's gonna let me know that it's something that you want to see more of. I love this game, and I mean, I'm gonna play it regardless, but right, so we've got our portable miners. We're gonna slam down a bunch. So 1. Oh look, they're black. Oh my god, oh my gosh, they're black. They actually match our clothes. Wow. I feel like I'm in Terminator and they're gonna kill me. They're just gonna wake up and just trash me. Look at this, they could easily take me down. High five. So actually, if we look on the build menu, we don't have the customization option yet, but apparently when you customize your player character, it actually customizes your machines as well. That is amazing. Wow, that's gorgeous. Well, the nice thing is we can actually build a... Yep, that's blown. That's fine. We can actually build a biomass burner up here. We're just out of the... We're missing some wire right now. Curious if we can make a crafting bench. We can. Let's slap that down. I don't know. We've got copper ingots. We're just gonna... We're gonna go ahead and make a biomass burner or something. Well, I guess... What do we need, right? We need concrete. So we can totally take the concrete up here. I'm still thinking that we're gonna craft this by hand, the concrete, just because if we're gonna need more biomass, and we're gonna have to spend time getting more biomass and clearing it out irrevocably, meaning that once we take it away, we can't put it back and gussy up the place and make it look cool. So and we need our biomass in the burners down below, so it kind of makes sense to me just to make the concrete because it's so efficient to do so, I feel like, right? And we've got 700 limestone coming in no time at all. Oh, I'm not even paying attention. We were going to make the copper ingots in order to make the... Was it the wire? I think we needed the wire for the biomass burner, but honestly, I don't... Yeah, let's just take what we got here. 73 already. God, that's so fast. Right now, production is stopped down below just because... Look at him go! God, okay, this is something. In some ways, our Pioneer is more efficient than the machines right now. And there's the concrete. We'll get more than it. Well, we'll get 158 right now. So look at that. It's just going to burn through all of this limestone right down below my face. And we're going to come out with a ton. You can see it increment down here. We need iron rods, which I guess we should go back down and get that going so that I guess we can kind of build this wherever. So I'm going to go ahead and close this out. Right now, they're already at 27. We'll just grab this. We'll do one more pass of the stuff. they're going to have 700 by the time we're done with it. Wow, this is incredible. That one stopped entirely at a full stack of limestone. And let's go. So we're going to hop off the waterfall. So they're eventually all going to stop within less than 2 minutes. But they're going to have 700 limestone on them. We have enough to finish the milestone for concrete. And we really got to get these going again so that at least they're doing something. And all we can really do is pick up leaves until we get the chainsaw. Yeah, I think once we finish this one, the next one's gotta be the chainsaw. It's just gotta be the chainsaw. I know it's already part of tier 2, but the chainsaw is just going to make this so much less painful, I suppose. And it's not that it's painful, it's just that it's inefficient. Granted, when we're picking stuff up, like leaves, we are picking up a little bit of wood here and there, just with twigs and stuff like that. All right, so we've got the wood. We'll stick in all the wood. You're going to get all the leaves. It's not going to last very long, but it is what it is. Let's go ahead and grab our rods. Right now, I believe we have almost the full 100. So, I mean, we might as well just help out there. Well, actually, no. We should be doing the concrete. And the reason why is because we are making rods already. So it's concrete. The plates are done, rods almost done, and the rods will be done by the time we finish with the concrete. So right now you can see that we've actually got 79 concrete out of 200. So honestly, I'd be very surprised if it wasn't done by then, yeah. Oh, I didn't realize that we could make biomass too as well. So the resources behind me will actually go farther if we turn this into biomass. So I'm actually going to cut this. That's going to cut the power. It's going to run out. And we're going to turn this into biomass, especially the wood. So the biomass is more efficient. It's going to last a little longer. I totally forgot about that. So now we can actually split that pretty evenly. Both are going to run off of biomass. Whoops. So we'll shift right click. That'll split it in half and we'll go 85 and 85. And now we'll power that. Bam. High five. There we go. So that's going to last a lot longer. Might as well nab this while we're here. And we're almost there. So we'll drop off both. We'll drop off the concrete. We'll drop off the rods. And we're almost there. All right. That's a lot better. That's a whole heck of a lot better. Super excited about that. So right now we are 97 concrete away. And we're 14 rods away. And then we'll be able to get ourselves foundations. So foundations are excellent because you can actually line things up. You can snap things together. It just makes things a lot neater, a lot tighter, a lot... well, more clean. And I mean, you don't have to use them, but they help out so much just to make things more efficient, cost less, because you can keep the belts themselves compact. They use less resources, etc. So it's just a joy to use. The foundations are such a game changer for me. Yeah. So we're at 85 out of 97, and the moment we drop in the 97 like that, then we just go to the rods and we will be done. So that's all the concrete. We just need a little bit of rods. And there she is. Beautiful. Because we only needed 14 rods and we got 17. So phenomenal. Big red button. Wow, they added a little fist.
Milestone reached.
A little bit of clipping
Several new
here.
Structures are now
Whoops.
available for improving
I
factory
should move that.
organization. Foundations provide a building grid, which makes it easier to manage placement of any structure. In the event that you are experiencing amnesia for all events prior to planetfall, be reassured that memories of beloved humans and/or animals would have only been distractions from your important mission.
Thanks. Well, apparently we've lost our memory, so that's comforting in some strange way. I don't know who we were, or as long as they love us. Yeah, conveyor lifts. Oh my gosh, I want that, but I'm actually going to choose the obstacle clearing. Yeah. So the screws I'm probably going to have to make by hand, but the cables, the concrete, I mean, honestly, I'm going to have to, I don't have any sort of setup for those. So what did we gain? We gained foundations, right? So, I mean, I guess, you know what? I'm going to go a little long on this first episode, so I'm going to make some foundations. We're going to make this a little bit better, yeah? We're going to tear this all down. It's only temporary still, but you know what? We want to do it, and we're going to do it because this is 1.0, and this is it. We get to play however we want. I'm super excited about it. And we're going to put down some foundations. So let's see, we've got foundations. We're going to make the standard, we're going to put it hotkey 7, hotkey 6. Those are just the ones I got used to, not that it's the best. And we're going to go ahead and land. We'll control left click. So by holding control, this puts it on the world grid. So the way the world grid works is the entire world. If you were to put foundations across the entire world, then it would all lock together. So this way, if you freighter reentry milestone exchange concluded, fix it, freighter reentry complete. Oh, that's awesome. So that means that no matter where you are, if you put down the foundations on the world grid, then you're operating off of like a big, I guess, like checkers board if foundations were everywhere, and therefore all your stuff will always line up even if it's across the map. So it's just such a nice thing. So we need plates, we need concrete. Oh, that's right, I forgot foundations take concrete, so we're actually going to have to build more concrete. Definitely want to automate that if we can. Well, we can make 68 concrete. That's going to get us a little bit of the ways. And unfortunately, the early foundations, before you change them over to a different material, they're going to use a lot of plates. Concrete, always going to use a lot of concrete, but it's going to use a lot of plates. So making the iron plates is going to be really important. But right now, I mean, we're sort of automating the rods because the rods are used to make screws, and the screws are part of the milestone, right? So it's still going to be very, very helpful to do that. So we're just going to get as much concrete as we can up front, and then we should be able to build out some foundations. And we're just going to have like a straight line, because right now we don't have access to the mergers, the splitters, or anything like that. So it's still just going to be one-to-one. This might be a little too early anyway, but if we were to place down the miner, we'll aim it out that away. There we go. And we'll place out... Did that work? Oh, there we go. There we go. So we'll place out the foundations here. And I guess we can put it down there too, but that might be a waste when I have very few resources. And we'll hook this in. Now we can extend this a little bit. And we can build out the smelter. Actually gonna hold. I hit control, and I love the new lines showing the direction. What I would like to do is leave a little space, so if we need to feed multiple smelters, then we can keep that in mind. So we'll leave it give it a little bit of space. We'll put the smelter here, and then we'll just pass a single belt Mark 1, and you can see that it's actually straight now. And then once we get the splitters and all that, then we'll be able to actually field multiple smelters, and that'll be really cool. So we'll kind of get that out there, and then we're going to go ahead and get the constructor, and we're just going to leave a little space as well. So we'll go constructor, we'll lock that in. There we go, hold. And we'll give it a little bit of space, so maybe just a tad more than that, and then we'll place that. And that's that. So now we finally have our storage container, and it's just a slightly cleaner setup, yeah. But now we're out of foundation, so I can't really do too much with it. So I'm just gonna slap down the storage container off of this point right here. Holds. Stand this way and shift. Place. I ran out of the materials for everything, so that's why it is the way that it is. So we'll just pass that through. We're looking at the iron ingots. We said we're going to do rods, and that's going to pass the result into the container. So 1 here, 2 there, and now we have the same production line moving again, right? So we can actually pre-stack, get rid of some of the iron ore there. We've got iron ingots. We can pre-stack that. And then this are iron rods. There we go. So that's doing its thing, and they're actually lined up now with a little bit of space for expansion in the future. So that's great. We could do the same thing, but we need the concrete. Well, guess what? Concrete's up there. Well, we do have the ramps now. Actually, we have the ramps. Oh my gosh, that changes things a lot. So we will have to go around one more time, but with the ramps, that means that we can actually build a ramp down. We just need the concrete, and unfortunately the limestone's up above, so I'm gonna have to go up all the way around, grab that limestone, build the concrete, and we're gonna slam out some ramps. honestly should have left what I just did for later if I was being efficient about it. Now that I'm kind of, you know, hindsight's 2020, and I should have let that be. And then afterwards, I could have just focused on using the resources for the foundations for the ramps, because that's kind of the key right now. I love the fact that the water actually has a current. Look at this. Holy moly. That's so wild. I love this. All right, so here we go. Mr. Bean, thank you for watching over everything. I really, really appreciate it. We're just going to go in and grab all of this. That's 700 limestone. Honestly, maybe we don't need all of it right away, but we'll go special crafting bench. Oh, we need iron rods. Oh, crap. You know what? That's fine. That's fine. In that case, I'm just going to grab the ore, or what we could, and we're going to jump on down, make the concrete, and we're going to build up. So what we got to do, at least this is just temporary, is we need to get up above. The biomass lasted so long. Look at that. They're still going. They still have 63. That's incredible. So helpful. So tell you what, we're just going to make that biomass. Not enough space in our inventory. Fair enough. I guess we'll dump that in for the ore. We'll hold, and we'll build out the biomass. We're going to be able to make 90 out of the wood and the leaves, the few leaves that we have gathered. So that's great. We'll split the biomass, stick in 45. Now they both got 106. That's phenomenal. Okay. So now, let's see, what were we doing? We wanted to make the concrete. That was of the utmost importance because we're going to make ramps, and the ramps are going to allow us to go straight up to our limestone node instead of having to go all the way around. So that's going to make things so much more efficient, so much faster, and I'm so here for it. I think that's going to be so cool. So already we're making some serious progress. Granted, I will end up with enough concrete to dump into the milestone, but I think having access to that ramp is going to be way more important than the milestone itself. We're not really like zooming through it in order to finish the game faster, but we are kind of targeting certain things to make this process easier, because I would like to get to a point where once we build something, that's it. We take our hands off and we just let it run on its own. And I think that would just be chef's kiss, right? I love this game. Okay, great. So now we've got 105 concrete. I think that's going to be sufficient, at least for the ramp. And if I recall, we had to go up the waterfall, right? And we went up this way and we jumped down that waterfall. So what if we could get a ramp that goes up to the bridge here, right? So this is just a temporary ramp. I mean, I'm not too sure. I guess we're kind of eyeballing it here. And we'll just go like... Oh, that's pretty shallow. I know. We need the 4-meter ramp, so it's a little more steep of an angle. That's what we're talking about. There we go. All right, that's what we're talking about. Oh my gosh. God, this game's so cool. And then if you just position it correctly, you can actually snap it to the edge and then stick out one flat one. Snap that. Excellent. So now, voila, there we go. So ain't that more efficient? Look, we've got the bridge back. Oh, phenomenal. Heck, the limestone back there might even be better now. Wow. Although, now that I'm looking at it, I don't know if I built in the right place. Well, what's up here? Oh my gosh. Oh, it's one of the new geysers. See, I really want to explore, but I kind of want to unlock some things before I explore, because there's stuff that's just going to make exploration so much more enjoyable. And, I mean, that's unfortunate. I'm looking at the time now. That's not going to be tonight, but, oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Well, at least this is a lot easier to get up now. Honestly, we could probably build another ramp just to go straight here. Let's see if we could get up top. So what's it going to take to get up there, right? So 6, 4 meter, just because it's steeper. Get on up. Snap that. And we'll have the flat. There we go. Excellent. Aha! Okay, so there is an enemy up there. So we'll just have to smack that guy. Pop, pop. Then we move. Let him reposition. Because at most you can ding out twice. We need to hit him 3 times, so there we go. Perfect. So that's the 3. And I think it was the only one up here. We can actually get the limestone. Heck, this might be more efficient, right? Because it's closer to the edge, closest to the center of our operation at the moment. So we'll just get more limestone. I mean, not that we... Yeah, we always need more limestone. And this one is a normal node. And if we look, if we built a ramp from here, that would be even more grand. So let's get our 2 meter. We'll just lock it by control clicking somewhere. Right there. And then we will get the 4 meter ramp. And we'll mouse wheel to turn it around. Maybe that's going to go through the tree. I guess we'll just do this. And we'll save on the resources. 4 meter. And we'll bring that right down. Perfect. Perfect. Ah, that's so cool. There it is. There it is. And now we're out of concrete. But guess what? I mean, we can honestly just get rid of that because this is probably more of what we're looking for. And then that allows us to finish off the rest. Look at that. Easy. There it is. There's the ramp. So that's going to take us where we want to go. No problem. It's not the prettiest, but it works. And I'm so glad that it's there. Heck yes. We should have a lot of copper. Well, I'm not going to say like copious volumes of it, but we should have a decent amount of copper wire now. Look at that. We actually have almost 2 stack. That's phenomenal. And that's going to mean that we actually get access to even more cables. So that's just chilling, doing its thing. We're going to have more rods, going to allow us to make those screws. So let's go ahead and grab what we got, 145 rod, perfect. And now we can actually just cram out those screws. We need 500 of them, no problem. It's going to be 1 of the rods for 4 screws, so that's going to build up very quickly. We already have 60 in the amount of time that I said that. Actually, one of the cool things is the biomass burners now have inputs, I have been told. So actually, we should definitely build one because I would really, really like to see how that works out. What does it cost to make a couple of biomass burners? So we're at power, biomass burner. If we click up for 2, click up for 3, let's make it, yeah, just 2 biomass burners. We're going to need more iron plates. So we just need to make 10 iron plates. You can see it incrementing. Well, actually, it's behind my face. There we go. So now we have enough for 2 biomass burners. Honestly, like, we can build these elsewhere, but just to test out the new biomass burner. Where's the input? There's the input. Oh my gosh. Okay, first foundations, right? I don't know. This is sort of like a temp thing. We'll just place that there. And then we can put, I guess, like, we'll build a burner with the belt input. Oh my gosh. Look at that. It's glorious. See, we don't have a merger yet, so I can't really say that. I mean, yeah. I think it's going to get really good. I don't think this is like truly excellent until you have the mergers and the splitters, because that's going to allow you to have 1 belt and 1 box, and then you just deposit all your biomass into one place, and it's going to evenly distribute everything. And as opposed to me going to each one and splitting it individually and all that kind of stuff. So let's just place this down here. We can place down another right there. And at the moment, I mean, this doesn't mean too much, but you know, we can't really link them together, I guess. But kind of nice. So let's see, we'll get a power line here. We will get, how does this work? We'll go cut the power here. We'll connect this one to that pole just because of the limitation of connections. And then now we'll connect here and connect there. And now we're looking keen. So if we were to look at the power grid now, you can see we're producing, well, we have a capacity of 40 megawatt because each of these is a capacity of 20 megawatts. So it's 20 plus 20, that's 40. These have 30, so these are each 30. So it's going to be 60 between the 2 of them plus the 40s. We're going to have 100 megawatt potential between all of these. So actually, if we let's go ahead and make some biomass just so that we can actually split the load a little more. Because I've been told that if you have a higher overhead over how much you're actually using power-wise, it's actually going to last even longer. So that's really exciting. So let's actually pull all the biomass. We'll split it 4 ways. So we can go sort. We'll shift right-click into 50 each. And then we'll split the 42s. So now we want 71 in each, right? So 1 and 2. We got 1 and 2. And this is going to go away once we have the mergers and the splitters, because we're going to be able to actually just say, you know, I'm going to feed it in one place and it's going to do this all for us, right? So there we go. Each one is 71. Slam that in. High five. There we go. And now you're going to see our capacity is 100 megawatt on the entire grid. And then we're using, production's using what? 20, it's fluctuating 16.2, 12.3. It's anywhere from 12 to 22 megawatt. So we've got quite an overhead. Almost, you know, we're only using like a quarter of the grid or so. So that should make this burn even more efficient. And that's just truly, truly exciting. So anyway, nerd stuff over. Let's go ahead, go over to our personal storage box. We're going to grab all of the ore. We'll go ahead and put away the animal proteins, stuff like that. And I think we are golden. So I remember we were trying to deliver some stuff we've got. We'll just stick in what we've got now. So I kind of feel like we should be having some kind of automated concrete production, because I keep making concrete over and over and over. So what's it going to take for that? We're going to need a miner. We're going to need a smelter. And no, a miner into I think it's miner into constructor. Yeah, it's miner into constructor straight up. So let's go. We've got miner. We'll go miner. We'll go constructor like that. And now the list has been generated in the lower right-hand corner. So let's just go ahead and create those items. And let's go in and automate this a little bit so that we don't have to have 7 little guys always doing the work up there on their own. And then we'll be able to distribute those little guys elsewhere. So we got portable miners. That's fine. We definitely have a lot up there. So I'm just going to count on that. We got cables. And then last but not least, we got a couple of reinforced iron plates. We're going to need the other iron plates. We actually have no iron plate production. So when we get the mergers and the splitters again, that's going to be super helpful. Because then we're going to be able to take our pure iron node and split that. Heck, we even have more nodes elsewhere. So we could definitely set up dedicated like setups over there. But I just don't want to run around right now more than I have to. All right, let's do this. Here we go. So we are going to create a little bit of concrete magic. So thus far, to the left of the waterfall, those are where our 7 portable miners are located. I totally forgot to bring a portable miner with me. It's all right. We'll go ahead and borrow one, and then we'll be able to set something up here. And then that way, when we walk up, all we got to do is stop off right here, pat, pat, and we got it made, right? So, oh, look at that. It's almost like we got a little bridge. We'll just borrow a few of these guys. Hey, guy, pick up miner. Let them do their thing. I only have limited inventory space, so we want to keep that in mind. And what do we got? So foundations, slam that out. And we're going to go ahead and build our miner Mark 1. Well, tell you what, we'll go in, I guess, where do we have most space? What direction? I mean, I guess it's that way. Seems a little odd. I mean, I guess we could flip it this way for now. It's kind of high up there. I'm going to switch it to the 4-meter foundation. And we're going to zoop that out. And then we're going to rebuild this on top. It can sit on top of one single foundation, all right. And then that way it's at least it looks visually like it's being supported, right? So it's a little better, yeah. And then we need one constructor, which fortunately doesn't take up too much space. So control. There, just put it right there, and then we'll loop that in. So it's a little off like that, which is kind of annoying, but we can fix that later when we get different types of beams and stuff. So I'll just build out one more, but we're out, so we need to get a container. See, so what happens when you're without materials. You're trying to make do with what you got. Oh, there it is. There it is. There it is. Place it. Oh, and then we're out of more materials. Okay, okay. Can we take the materials from there? High five. So we need the power. So we're gonna need to pass the power up the hill here. So let's see. We should have maybe barely enough. We'll just kind of place a pole on the edge so there's access. We'll get the wires here. It's just 2 machines, but we're out of cables. Okay, we're out of a lot of materials, but at least we've got, you know, most of that down. Oh, look at that up there. Oh, there's some node up there. I don't know what it is. Is it limestone or is that sulfur? What is that? It pinged off. There is. Oh my God, there's limestone up there. I could have used that one. It's so much closer. It's fine. It's fine. We will use it at some point. It is just how it goes. So we need cables. Absolutely, we need cables. So those cables are going to be what we tie our power grid up there for the concrete. And that's just going to be awesome. Man, so cool. I think pole-wise, I don't remember what we need for power poles. We need the rods as well. So let's just... Oh, you know what? We have automated rods right here. Grab it. There we go. Perfect. All right, let's do this. So there's a relatively centralized pole. So until we get higher level poles that can support more connections, we're going to have to do some shenanigans. So let's just have a pole right there. We'll break that out. This is going to connect there, and then we'll connect the 2. There we go. So now we can... Is that going to connect? Too far? Too far? There. There we go. I love this. Oh, what a joy. What a joy. And it's just to think that this is like the release too. So what we're doing right now, it's real. The only thing we got to do is set and configure. We want concrete right there. There she goes. So that's going to get on in. Excellent. We'll go in and slap in the limestone. And we got concrete in there, and she's moving. She's moving. So this is at 60 per minute. It's normal node, not pure, so it's not 120 on the Miner Mark 1. And this can pull in 45. So close enough. Close enough. We might have to overclock to support 2 constructors, but there's enough limestone nodes. I think there's another one like... Ooh, is that a slug? Oh my God, it's another power slug. Ugh, so cool. So cool. And yeah, this is a little precarious. It's a little precarious, but you know what? All in the name of automation. That's right. Oh, there's a limestone. There's another one right there. God, that's so cool. Well, you know what? We'll come back to you. Nice. So that helps us with that concrete production. And we can head on down, and all we need to do is pick up some copper wire on the way and the rods, and that'll allow us to make the screws, the cables. And then, you know what? Looking at the time, I probably have to wrap up after this. So let's finish this last milestone, and we're going to be able to get the chainsaw, and everyone's going to go bananas. It's going to be beautiful, and we're going to be able to supply this tiny little operations network. No problem. And it's just going to be great. So here we go. Grab the copper wire, grab the rods, and we can finish this out. And voila, that's it. All done. There it is. So now we need the screws, and we're coming on up to that beautiful, glorious 196. There we go. Phenomenal. That's all the screws done. Now it might be a little bit too early, but we're going to go ahead and take a look. You've been playing for 2 hours. Don't forget to have a Fix-It protein bar now with 10% more natural ingredients. Oh my gosh. That's so cool. Well, now you know how long this recording session has been. I'll probably edit it a little bit, but you know what? That's so cool. Man, all the little touches, phenomenal. Let's go ahead and grab our concrete, and then we'll wrap up, yeah? So concrete's at 40. You know what? That's fine. We'll just grab that. Excellent. So we're going to need like 48 more concrete, and handcrafted concrete, I might add. Some of the best concrete around. That's just how it goes. And then it's going to allow us to build and create the incredible, the almighty chainsaw. That's right. So we're going concrete right here. Now, the thing is, the chainsaw runs on biomass, right? So We're going to need to use biomass to create biomass, but it's going to be so much more efficient because we're going to be able to cut down the trees. The trees are going to be able to create wood. Wood creates more biomass more efficiently, and then we'll be able to split that up very, very easily. And it's going to make this a much more enjoyable experience. Not that I'm not having fun already, right? So right now we're already over... Oh, no, I thought we're almost over the amount that we need, but you know what? Now we have exactly what we need, and we can finish off this milestone with the big fist. Red button. I should move this hub.
Milestone reached. Solid biofuel, created from any biomass, ensures maximum efficiency of biomass burners. To aid in biofuel production, the chainsaw allows for the removal of tougher wood and coral foliage. Additionally, your pocket dimension has been inflated to increase inventory size. Inspirational note.
Heck yes.
Will you be the Fix-It Employee of the Month? You could be if you construct, automate, explore, and exploit by eliminating all obstacles to efficiency. This isn't just fun, it's contractually mandated. Fun.
Did she say it's contractually mandated fun? It is so cheeky. Actually, I've been told by the community manager that in the codex, which I think is O, it records all of... Here, inbox. There we go. Look at this. That's so cool. Hub upgrade 5. We ended up doing a tiered upgrade. Here we go. Obstacle clearing. This is it. It's contractually mandated fun. She did say that. Oh my gosh. Wow. Oh, she's all in on the fun, as am I. So now we should probably go back to tier 1. We'll go ahead and get the conveyor splitters and mergers, and then we'll do field research, and then we'll be able to explore. That's probably going to be on the next episode. So we'll just try out a couple of episodes, see how it does, and then if people like it, and it seems to be popular enough, we'll continue. But my God, no matter what, I'm going to continue playing this game. So what were we doing? What I would like to do is build that chainsaw, then we'll wrap up. So we just wanted to make some plates, I believe, because we need plates in order to make the equipment workshop. I cut that down for the resources. So equipment workshop, we'll just slam that out right there. And we'll get inside. We can make our chainsaw. That is going to require, add to the to-do list, screws, cables. Fortunately, this is all very, very fast. So we need 160 screws. That sounds like it's a lot, but it isn't. Although the reinforced iron plates, that's more. That's definitely more. And the cables are going to come along just fine. Oh, that's what that is. I was like, what the heck? Is that a thunderstorm? Holy crap. Wow. And this is going to make our chainsaw and our lives so much easier. There we go. 144. And voila. There it is. Okay. So now we just build our chainsaw. This is a keeper for the rest of the game. And here it is. And I love that the bar is retracted, and I love that it's in our colors. That looks so cool. Holy moly. So obviously we're going to need a little bit of biomass to run it. So tell you what, let's grab some of the biomass here. They've got 37, so we can take it, split it, we'll drop that in. All right, so now's the test, I think. Oh yeah, we need solid biofuel. Oh, I forgot. We need the better stuff. So we use the biomass, we turn it into solid biofuel, and now we can make 20 solid biofuel, and this thing is now ready to go. You can already hear it purring like a lethal predator. All right, here we go. And this has a little AoE to it. All right, and you can see we've already gathered 20 leaves and 12 wood. That's great, and we've broken this up just a little bit. So let's go ahead and clear some of the way. If we select something in the middle, we get more bang for our buck and huge volumes of wood. The wood's the big one, right? The wood is the magic. The wood's where it happens, because the wood creates a lot of biomass in just a little effort. So then we'll head on over and we'll grab just one more, and then we'll just show you what this has done. Okay, grab 2. All right, let's go. Let's go. We'll put that away. That's awesome. So now you can see we've got 161 wood, 226 leaves, whereas before we were kind of piddling along with maybe like 30 wood here maybe like 80 leaves there when we were feeling so cheeky as to gather leaves for like 5 billion years, right? So now we're going to head on over and we can turn this into the biomass. Look at this. That wood at 161 is going to make 800 biomass. 800. That's multiple stacks of the stuff. More than we can burn right away. And we can actually converge all of that, merge it all together into solid biofuel, which is going to be even more efficient. And we can split that out. If we actually make 400, we'll be able to have a full stack within, well, actually not a full stack, half a stack of solid biofuel in each of the burners. And that's just going to be magical. So you can already see that out of all of that, we were getting many stacks of the biomass. And now we're going to turn that all into solid biofuel, which we can automate, by the way. But we're going to need a merger and stuff like that, which we're going to unlock when we finish this next setup in logistics. So very exciting. Just because this is actually going to take a little bit to put all of this together, let's go ahead and see what this looks like. So we'll actually pull all of the biomass, which is going to cut the grid, or actually unless we split, we'll split 57, we'll split this, split that, and we'll stick in 14. We'll stick in 14 there. We'll go ahead and get in another 14 here. We'll grab this biomass and we'll stick into 15. And now they're all running off solid biofuel, and we can make even more. In fact, we can make a solid, that's right, 468, which is just absolutely insane. So, God, what a great time. What a great freaking time. Bunnies, thanks so much for hanging out with me. If you enjoyed this series, it's just gonna let us know that you want to see some more. So, granted, I am playing by myself. I'm not wearing the bunny hat. I don't have, you know, a bunch of bunnies with me at the same time, but I do have all the lessons that I've learned from the bunnies. And there are all of the bunnies out in the comments if you so choose to interact with a video. I love this game. I'm so glad that it's in 1.0. I haven't been this excited about a game, period, in what I can't even remember. So either way, I'm just happy to share this with all of you. So anyway, like I said, if you enjoyed the series, please feel free to like, share, or comment down below. It helps us a great deal. I had a total blast. I hope you did as well. And I can't wait to get into the next one with you. Have a wonderful night.